Hey there everyone, my name is Nicholas Merton and I'm the founder of DataDash, one of the largest YouTube channels in the cryptocurrency space. And today I'm excited to spend some time to talk to you guys about a platform that I truly feel will transform the way we think about fundraising within the cryptocurrency industry. One of the biggest issues that crypto struggles with now, and that's none other than AngelBlock. Now for those of you who are hearing about AngelBlock for the first time, AngelBlock is a big deal because it's doing something that no one has done before. It's addressing the key fundamental issues that persist in the crypto space when it comes to fundraising. There's a lot of issues, whether they be rug pulls, outright scams, or essentially a lot of people who may have great ideas and good intentions, but don't have the know-how and the details on actually making sure that they execute on that vision. That's why I want to spend some time to talk about some of the great mechanisms that AngelBlock offers, from its on-chain governance and on-chain vesting, as well as its governance mechanism that allows for proper execution and quality teams to raise the capital that they deserve. So I want to go ahead, spend some time to talk about this as we go through the platform, how you can utilize AngelBlock and see just how powerful this platform really can be. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the basics here. Before we dive into anything, before navigating to the platform, we've got to make sure our wallet is connected in order to actually participate. So I'm going to go ahead here in the top right-hand corner and click on the Connect Wallet button. Now, I'm going to assume that you already have a MetaMask wallet, but if you don't have one, there are a whole range of tutorials, and I'll leave one link down below in the description on how you can get set up on MetaMask. But we're going to be connecting here to the Ethereum network. We're going to go ahead and sign, and then we're logged into our account. Now, as you can see here in the top right-hand corner, I already have my AngelBlock NFT, which we'll talk a little bit about more later on and how that will allow me to participate more within different funding rounds. So now that we've got our wallet connected, we're going to go ahead here to the projects label in the top-hand bar. And this gives us a list of all the different projects that are raising within the AngelBlock ecosystem. However, today we're going to be diving into SOLA-X, an early stage project that's raising within the AngelBlock ecosystem and the first project to be raising openly within the community. This will give us a great demo of just how much information AngelBlock provides to us in order to make an informed decision. But on top of that, it's going to show us how the investor flow really works, and it's relatively simple. So let's go ahead and dive straight into taking a look at SOLA-X. Now, SOLA-X itself is a play within the DeFi ecosystem, focused within the Solana ecosystem, and also providing cross-chain bridging. There's a whole range of different features and utility cases that SOLA-X offers, and we get those kind of details here as we navigate through the page. It's a relatively intuitive user interface. We can not only dive in here on the left-hand side, going into the pitch, getting some of the highlights around the project as we scroll through, some details on the token economics, and outside of that as well, how we can start to utilize the token, understand the vesting program, the token breakdown about who's going to be receiving those tokens, and some details on the team, leaving links to their LinkedIn as well as their GitHubs in order to understand their background and their prior work. So this is really exciting stuff. We get a ton of information out the gate here that we can dive into around the project before even considering making an investment. Much more transparency than what is typical in a traditional crowdfunding platform, or even especially within launchpads within the crypto space. We know exactly how tokens will be vested over time. This isn't just a mere white paper. It's going to be programmed into smart contracts. And on top of that, we know who the team is, what they've contributed to the project, and what their long-term goals really are. Now, it's important to start off by noting that SOLA-X is a prime example of an early stage project in the crypto space, and therefore they're engaging in an early stage funding round. Put simply, this means that SOLA-X is looking to raise a more modest amount of capital at a more modest valuation than the vast majority of crypto projects. And this isn't inherently a bad thing, it's actually good, because SOLA-X itself is only aiming to raise the money that it needs in order to get to the next chapter as a project, and therefore hopefully raise at a much larger valuation down the line and raise more capital in order to achieve even bigger goals. This is important to keep in mind when you're investing in projects, because not only is it important to conduct the due diligence, but to understand that when investing in early stage projects, you have a much greater potential reward profile, getting in at a cheaper valuation on the investment, but also it comes with the fact that there's much higher risk of failure as well, being an early stage project. So it's important to balance those two dynamics out and always keep it in mind. Now let's go ahead and take a look here at the right-hand side, because there's a lot of details we can find on SOLA-X and its raise. We can see that it has a soft cap or minimum raise target of $50,000, meaning that if SOLA-X does not get above this threshold, it will not close the funding round. And on top of that as well, we can see the expected raise of $200,000, or the hard cap. This is the maximum amount that SOLA-X is planning to raise. And the good news is that SOLA-X is already well on its way. Contributors in the AngelBlock ecosystem have contributed over $64,130, and there's still 3 days left to go on the raise, with a minimum or maximum investment size of $100 to $2,000 per investor, and it's payable or utilized through the form of investing in Tether or USDT, the most prominent stablecoin in the cryptocurrency space. Now, there's some other details here that we can dive into before we dive into actually clicking the Invest Now button. First off, we can not only see the top investors in the project, which are on-chain and verifiable, but we can also see a very important dynamic here when it comes to investing on AngelBlock, and that is our unique investment tier. Now, everyone who is starting out on the platform will begin as a standard investor. And the good news here for those of you who are just getting started with AngelBlock is that if you want to simply invest up to $999 in any given project, the good news is you can do so. No need to conduct KYC and no additional strings attached, which is really exciting news when it comes to utilizing AngelBlock. However, if you want to do a larger ticket size, let's say you really love SOLA-X's vision or another project that's raising an AngelBlock, you need to follow a few additional steps. One of them being KYC or Know Your Customer. Now, I understand that KYC can be a burden for some people, but it's important for AngelBlock to be compliant with different regulatory regimes across the world. So in order to do this, you simply click on the profile icon in the top right, click on My Profile, and we go down here to the bottom left-hand side and click on Verify Identity. Now, what's great about this is that if you've already utilized their partner for KYC, Fractal, this process will be relatively simple. All you'd have to do is simply log into your account. But if you haven't already, you just go through the KYC process, which is going to require a driver's license, passport, or other government-issued ID, and some different facial scans in order to make sure that you are who you say you are. It's as simple as that. And once you've completed that, you'll automatically have the ability to invest a larger amount. However, there are some other different minimums that we have to meet to in order to do larger ticket sizes. The value investor tier requires that we stake anywhere from 20 to 100,000 THOL tokens, which are the native utility token of the protocol, as well as a AngelBlock NFT. There's the angel investor tier, which requires anywhere from 100 to 500,000 THOL tokens in an NFT, and the institutional investor tier of over 500,000 THOL tokens plus an NFT. Each of these tiers allow you to do different things. They not only allow you to invest up to larger ticket sizes. In the case of a value investor, it's 10K, or in the case of an institutional investor, you can invest up to 50K in a project. But along with that as well, it gives us access windows against other users on the platform, allowing us to get earlier stage access towards different opportunities. This is a way where people can have a weighted effect within the ecosystem by being larger token holders or NFT holders, and therefore they're granted early stage access by being supporters of the AngelBlock ecosystem. So this is an important dynamic to understand here. So in order to invest a larger ticket size into a project like SOLA-X, we're going to need to bump up our investment tier by staking a variety of either THOLOS tokens or an AngelBlock NFT, or just one or the other. And this is going to allow us to not only bump up our investment tier, allowing us to engage in larger ticket sizes, as well as earlier stage participation in upcoming funding rounds. But outside of that as well, we're also going to be getting compounding staking rewards on our positions, and through the tokens themselves, get all types of different utility benefits down the line. So let's go ahead and dive into what this looks like and how simple it really is in order to engage in all of this. So to go up here towards the top hand bar, we're going to go ahead and click on the staking label, and this is going to take us towards the central page for managing staking positions, as well as getting access to THOLOS tokens or an AngelBlock NFT. So to start off, we need to go ahead and make sure we have THOLOS tokens or an NFT. In order to do this, we can go here towards the bottom part of the action tab here on the staking page, and we can see here that there are a couple links referenced to either buy THOLOS tokens on decentralized exchanges like Uniswap or MEXC when it comes to centralized exchanges, or if we're looking to buy an NFT through the AngelBlock ecosystem, we can do so on the OpenSea platform, the premier platform for NFTs. Now, this is a really smart thing to do, guys, because while you can go out there and search for the token or go on various platforms and try to do it yourself, these links take you directly towards the platforms and the proper tokens. There are a lot of malicious actors out there, so this is the best way to play it safe. Outside of that as well, once you've purchased through, say, Uniswap, through your MetaMask wallet, or transferred funds from the centralized exchange account you may have on MEXC or another equivalent centralized exchange, you're going to need to deposit them into the wallet you have connected here within the AngelBlock platform. And once you've done that, we can go begin to stake our tokens or our NFT. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that here. It's a relatively simple process. Once you've got some Ethereum in your wallet and you've got your appropriate amount of THOL tokens or NFT, we can begin to stake. I'm going to go ahead and stake the 100,000 tokens I have here within my wallet. And along with that as well, I'm going to be staking my NFT afterwards. So let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and stake our THOL tokens. Click confirm. And the staking transaction has been sent off. It'll probably take a couple seconds for this to process through, but essentially now that I have my tokens submitted for staking, I'm going to be earning compounding rewards on a daily basis, and that's going to basically guarantee that as time progresses, I'm going to own a larger portion of the overall THOL supply, as some users may not be staking their tokens in the long run. So just like that, we've got 100,000 tokens staked here within AngelBlock. Now, next up, I'm going to focus on staking my NFT because this is even going to further bump up my investment tier. Now, it's important to understand that you don't need an AngelBlock NFT in order to get towards these various investment tiers. You can purely just stake THOLOS token or even an AngelBlock NFT. It just matters what the value of that AngelBlock NFT is and whether or not it's enough to pass you towards the various investor threshold qualifications. So let's go ahead, click on Stake NFTs. I'm going to choose the NFT here on the list. I'm going to go ahead and click stake. From here, I'm going to be prompted with another MetaMask transaction. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And from there, the staking transaction has been sent off. So in a couple of seconds, we should have that verified on the network and have both our AngelBlock THOLOS tokens staked onto the platform as well as our AngelBlock NFT. So now once we've got both of those staked here on the platform, we can essentially be bumped up on our investment tier. If we scroll down here, we are now seen on the platform as an angel investor. This comes with a range of perks and not only allows us to invest ticket sizes up to 25K in various projects on the AngelBlock platform, but on top of that as well, we can see that we have access 22 hours before the public raise. Now, this is important in case you're really eager to make sure you're going to be able to get not only maybe an investment, but potentially a larger investment ticket size in various projects on AngelBlock. Those who are staking THOLOS or AngelBlock NFTs, as they are in higher investment tiers, are going to get early access and therefore priority access to some of the really exciting, well-vetted projects on the AngelBlock platform. Again, at the end of the day, it's open for everyone to participate, but it's a matter of getting into those funding rounds as early as possible and being able to have the capital allocation that you want. And along with that as well, on the left-hand side, we can see all types of information here, such as the amount of THOLOS staked within the platform, and along with that as well, our NFTs that are staked. Now this is where the fun part comes in. We're finally at the stage where we're going to be making our first investment in the AngelBlock platform. And we're going to be using SOLA-X as an example in order to understand the user flow, as well as understand why it's really special to be an investor on the AngelBlock platform and how it differs from the traditional investing experience in the crypto industry. So let's go ahead and kick that part off. So first off, we're going to head back here to the projects page. We're going to click on SOLA-X. And we're going to come down on the right-hand side and click on the Invest Now button. Now from here, we're going to be given a secondary window that asks us how much we'd like to invest in SOLA-X. And on top of that, we also get some other important details. We get our wallet balance here of how much Tether we currently have in our wallet, the invested amount that we've already committed, or our minimum and max investment, which is the amount in which we can invest in total. And as you can see, we've been able to expand that to 25,000 because we got to the angel investor investment tier. However, there are a couple other important details to understand before we put in any numeric value here. Understand that whatever you're putting in that box up there, you are agreeing that that amount is being committed under the terms and conditions of the raise of SOLA-X. So not only is it important to understand that SOLA-X is an early stage project and to go through and do your own due diligence on the project to the resources AngelBlock provides, but on top of that as well, to understand the terms and conditions of the raise. Each raise is unique. And as we'll discuss here, there are some important mechanisms like tranches, as well as the simple reality that you can essentially lose everything if the investment doesn't work out. No startup or project is vulnerable from this reality, guys, and there's always risk involved in making investments. It's an important reality to consider. But if you understand the terms and conditions, now it's time to understand some of the really cool perks of being an investor in a project like SOLA-X on the AngelBlock platform. First off, when you commit your investment, you're going to get a proof of contribution in the form of an NFT badge that certifies on-chain that you are allocated a specific amount of tokens in the project you're investing in, which is really cool. But outside of that as well, that badge is going to give you authority in the governance process when when voting on milestones or tranches of released funds to the team. Now, remember earlier on in this video how I said that AngelBlock is changing the game of crypto? This is something I wanted to see in the industry for a long time. And Alex and the team know I talk about this constantly. The ability here for you to have a tranche release mechanism of funds, essentially meaning that if SOLA-X is raising $200,000, that they only receive maybe 10, 20, or 30% initially, but only are given the rest of the funding if they meet towards certain deliverables that they've promised. This is a massive change in the fundraising game. It in large part helps to prevent the possibility of a rug pull or scam and makes sure that if anything, the losses you'll make on that investment that may be coming from a bad actor are going to be minimal. And you'll receive an entire refund if they don't meet towards the first wave of goals, or partial if the startup stops delivering at some point or another. So this is really cool stuff here, guys. And again, this really should be how the standard of fundraising should be in crypto, but after so many years, it is still the standard practice that when you invest in a project, it's either an all or nothing thing. Either the project goes on to being a success, or you've pretty much given them all your money and it's going to end up failing because the team has no incentive to deliver. That is why tranches are so important here. So I want to give a big hats off to the team at AngelBlock for making this a reality within crypto finally as a good practice for the industry. And this is going to mean that you're going to be investing likely in much higher quality projects than the broader crypto space. But again, doesn't mean that there's a guarantee of anything. It just gives you a better risk assurance that the team has more incentive to deliver and that you're not going to be potentially losing all of your funds. Now we're going to go ahead, click on approve payment, and from here, we're going to be given a MetaMask transaction on a custom spending cap. I'm going to go ahead and just allow AngelBlock to utilize the full spending cap here. We're going to go ahead and click next, click approve. And then from here, we're going to go about picking the amount we want to invest. I'm going to go ahead and do a more moderate ticket size of around $500 to start. And from there, I'll be able to sign a transaction through MetaMask yet again. And just like that, we've made our first investment on the AngelBlock platform. It's an incredibly intuitive process. Not only is AngelBlock aiming to democratize fundraising by allowing practically anyone to participate in funding rounds, but on top of that as well, they're focusing on adding in the protective layers that make sure that the projects that are raising on the platform are those of quality teams that have real long-term ambitions and goals. I think the biggest problem for crypto over the last decade has been our prioritization on founders and projects who want to raise capital versus protecting the investors who are so willing to put their time, energy, and importantly, their money into these various ideas. Because when we start to focus on investors first, it gives them the protection of knowing that they're investing money in the teams that are actually going to deliver and try to create real long-term lasting value, not just simply make a quick buck. And if we can do that, we're going to realize so much more potential in the crypto space long term. I give my hats off to Alex and the team for all that they've done in building AngelBlock as a platform. And if you don't know about their story yet, I highly recommend you guys check out AngelBlock down at the link down below. I'll leave some great resources where you can learn more about the protocol itself. And if you tend to have some questions after this review and you're curious to learn about how you can actually get involved in the ecosystem or maybe run into some issues on the user flow, I highly recommend you guys check out their Telegram channel where you can not only speak with AngelBlock team members, but a whole range of active community members. I've never seen a Telegram community so active in the crypto space and so dedicated towards this cause. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think about it. Leave some comments down below if you have any thoughts on AngelBlock. But until the next video, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, everyone.